Welcome back to the Marky Mark Show. I don't even know. There's a lot of stuff I want to talk about, but there's a lot of stuff going on. It's been a crazy year, 2025 so far. I had a bunch of plane crashes. We got Luka on the Lakers. We got a whole bunch of stuff going on. It's been a wild year. Transition in presidency. So everybody's going wild right now with the Doge and Elon Musk and all this stuff. Is crazy, man. My mom just gets riled up over everything. Sending me an executive order over outlawing paper straws. Like who cares? It's paper straw. Nobody likes paper straws anyways, man. It's just disintegrate while you're trying to drink a little smoothie. Like, bruh, if I'm about to sip a little glass of water, it's fine. But you have to keep bringing me new ones and new ones. We killing the trees. So show me a turtle choke on a damn straw, you feel me? His dumb ass is gonna have to not choke on the damn straw. Like, get it together, bruh. Like, you should know better. But anyway, that's not my beef. But politics is funny, man. You can't talk to anybody about politics because if they don't agree with your opinion, then like it's World War II. Like for some people, they won't be your friend anymore. They'll disown you, unfollow you on social media, stop talking to you, stop calling you, just get riled up or for whatever. And it's just like everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I can see if your friend said something racist to you or something crazy, by all means, hey, cut them off. But if somebody doesn't agree with you because they have a different side of opinion or they've, experienced something else or, for whatever, they're entitled to their opinion, and that's fine. But I mean, I never talk to anybody and try to change their opinion. If I ever talk to somebody, I'll share with you my viewpoint. But yeah, I think there's a lot in our society that we could do better at and stuff that's not being addressed. For instance, like the homeless population and the money that's going towards homeless and things like that. I don't think the right programs are being built, and a lot of these people have mental health issues, and there are programs, but everything is voluntary. And people with mental health issues don't necessarily want to acknowledge that they have mental health issues, or they don't want the help, or they're not even capable, or they're too far mentally gone to even know or want the help. So there's a whole slew of problems, and I have people in my family with mental health issues, and they deny it. They don't take medications and things like that, and you can't force them to. So there's no mental facilities and things like that. Basically, there are places, but there has to be a conservatorship that goes over them, and they have to get into these special things and housing and things like that. But it's kind of, it's kind of different, and it's not a lot. There needs to be a lot more, and the money can go to programs like that. But we need the right people in places to be able to do that. But at the same time, you have a lot of people that don't want help, and they'd rather be out on the streets. And I mean, what can you do for those people? And I mean, you really can't do much for them. So, but yeah, so it's a whole thing. My co-host Bennett, you're late, buddy. All right, sit in your spot. You're late. I'm deducting money from your pay. I'm not paying you to show up late. All right. Come on, you're already black. Stereotypical. You knew we were shooting right now at 12, bruh. You know where to be. Excuse him. But yeah, so I don't know. There's a lot of things. I'm not a politician, so I can't make changes and stuff like that. But there's a lot of things. I mean, back in the 70s, I can't remember if it was Ronald Reagan or somebody or one of the presidents, he kind of closed a lot of the mental health institutions. And then there's a lot of stuff. People think that we imprison too much people in this country, but the problem is we don't imprison too much people. We just have too many people committing crimes. There's too much finesse going on instead of people just getting jobs and being normal people. Everybody wants to have fast money. They idolize either athletes, rappers and things like that. And a lot of people, that's all they see, especially in some low-income areas, because the people that make it out and have all these nice fancy things that they see are athletes or are rappers and things like that. They're not seeing the people that leave the neighborhood and become engineers and become doctors and things like that, because it's not publicized, it's not televised. So unless they know that person personally, they're not going to look up to that. And so, I mean, one of my things I want to get into is like community outreach and talking to kids and things like that. But at the same time, the government needs to be able to funnel more funds into these communities to support their education, and being able to get these kids more education, more programs, more trades and things like that can help build our youth up. Because at the end of the day, I mean, some people that are already like millennials, my age, and older, it's kind of too late for people to change. And a lot of people don't want to change, but where you can change is the youth. Yeah, a lot of us are hard-headed. We hate to admit it, but that's just how it is. I mean, people either most of the time already have their mind made up, so they'll reach out to you for advice, but they already have their mind made up. They just want to hear if you have the same opinion as you, or if you have the same opinion as them, I should say. But they're not going to change what they're going to do or what they're doing. I mean, you can tell people, and that's one of my things my whole life is, no matter who you are in my family, I've always told you the truth no matter what. So I'm always going to be honest with you. If you ask my opinion, I'm going to tell you straight up. I don't sugarcoat things. I mean, maybe I should sometimes, but I can't. I'm really frank with my family. It doesn't matter. If you're wrong, you're wrong. I'm not going to just side with you, even if you're trying to vent with me. I'm going to tell you the truth. Hey, you're wrong in this situation. This is what really happens. But if you're not honest with people, you're just hurting them. So if you just, sometimes, they may get upset, but it's always better to tell the truth. They don't believe in us. It's crazy. Come on, just like, comment, subscribe. At least one of the three. Please. I gotta beg them. That's crazy. And then you're gonna look at me like that. That's crazy. Well, I hope you're enjoying the episode so far. If you get a chance, go ahead, subscribe. Comment down below what you like, what you want to hear me speak about. Yeah, let's get back into it. Yeah, let's talk overpopulations of jails or a high incarceration. It's funny because you get that a lot and they try to portray that, but in all honesty, like working in law enforcement, there's crimes constantly, all day, every day. And the amount of people that get out and what they get out for, because DAs have to pick and choose on what they're going to fall on, because you can't put everybody in jail and prison because there's not enough room for the amount of crimes. But it's just people are committing crimes. What do you want us to do? So it's not, people blame the government and they're trying to do this, and that, and they're trying to lock everybody up. No, people are getting themselves locked up. So you're out here stealing and victimizing people, putting hands on people, people putting hands on their spouse, robbing, shooting, killing, stealing, drug dealing, doing drugs and things like that. And a lot of drug users don't think drugs should be illegal, but the fact of the matter is a lot of people that do drugs end up committing some type of crime. Or they are under the influence, end up crashing, killing and hurting people and different things like that. So, yeah, it's crazy. Drug dealers don't think some drug dealers don't think it should be illegal too. They know it's illegal and they think just because they're a regular person and they're not a violent person that it shouldn't be illegal. But at the end of the day, it's illegal. And if we continue to unlegalized drugs, we're just going to create more issues that we already have. And that's why we have a lot of homeless people too. They're strung out on drugs and things like that. They don't want help. They don't want to go into any type of program where they have to be clean and they can't get high. I mean, people get high and kill themselves and they're dead, and you come and you give them Narcan, and then they are trying to actively fight you because you killed their high. But it's like, dude, you were dead. You were lifeless, and we literally saved your life, and they want to fight you because they don't care. They just wanted to get high, and now they have to go. And as soon as they get transported to the hospital, they AMA or basically refuse treatment, go back out and try to get high again. So it's a never-ending circle. Yeah, some people. I mean, I used to basically do interviews with everybody that came in jail and that was staying the night. And you would have some people that, you know, you could talk to and try to mentor and give them advice, just being real, like man to man. And some people didn't want to hear it at all. You know, but they were straight up. They were like, your job, you know, as cops is to catch me, and my job is to not get caught. It's a game, you know, it's a game at the end of the day. I want to do what I want to do and live this lifestyle I want to live. And yeah, I understand it's against the law, and it's your job, you know, to catch me. And that's, you know, sometimes I would go to arrest people when I was working the streets, and that's what they'll tell me. And, you know, they had no harm, no foul. And it was funny, like, we would do their interview, and he would just straight up, yeah, I did it, because he knew, like, why do I have to lie? Like, they would just own up to what they did, and they knew that they were going to have to go sit down for a minute. And yeah, it's just, yeah. So you have cats like that, or you just have cats that just can't break the cycle because they've been used to doing what they've been doing for years and decades, in and out of prison, and then not really having to learn or take direction from anybody. So it's kind of hard for them to go get a regular job because they never liked somebody telling them what to do. But it's funny because when you commit crimes, you go to jail, and then you have somebody telling you what to do. So I used to always have to explain that to people. It's like, would you rather have somebody tell you what to do and you get paid, or you come in here and somebody's telling you what to do and you're wearing somebody else's drawers and stuff like that? You got to go by the rules that the other inmates set for you, this and that. You got to run your fades, yada, yada, yada. I'm like, it's a whole long list of stuff that goes on and that you have to follow. But if you want to live that life, I mean, a lot of people, the only way to really change is change of scenery. Because people get out and they go right back to where they grew up or where they were committing crimes. And they just go right back into that same lifestyle, whether they had a come-to moment in there, then you get right back in that environment and people start chirping to you, start hanging out with those same cats, and they end up right back in. And then they're having the younger generation that's looking up to them in that same area, and they're coaching them along to do the same things. And so it just continues and continues, and it's just like a kind of a cycle. And so you just, and so, I mean, one of the solutions in California they tried to do was make it harder for certain crimes to be a felony. And then they're like, yeah, crime decreased, but no, it didn't. You just made it harder for basically police to do their jobs and prosecutors to prosecute certain crimes, because if it was under $950, it was just a misdemeanor. Nobody's going to waste a bunch of resources chasing misdemeanor after misdemeanor for the stuff. So you kind of had to rack these cases up to make it a felony and catch these people on like a chain of stuff. So it's kind of hard. And so it was getting out of hand, and especially in San Francisco, a bunch of stores closing and things like that, from people getting victimized, these stores getting victimized, and not enough people to be able to stop them as far as law enforcement wise. So they closed their doors, and, you know, it's crazy. Never seen anything like that. And then finally, because so much scrutiny and everything, then they finally put it on the ballot to change everything back. So, and that's the thing. Sometimes some stuff gets super out of hand and then it comes back. So, it all depends, and people just, it's real political. It's a real political thing. And, but yeah, people they try to fight different things like that. But my thing is, if you go to jail, you put yourself in there. Nobody else puts you in there. I mean, there's some rare cases where cats are innocent, but majority of the time, somebody's in there, they put themselves in there, and they can only be mad at themselves. But instead, people get mad at the world and they go back out there, do the same thing. But yeah, it's definitely not over incarceration in America because we're too hard on crime. We're honestly sometimes not hard enough on crime. Just see the type of people that get released or get these small sentence on these very violent crimes. It's crazy. So, I mean, you tell me what you don't think should be sent to prison, and we can talk about it. But I doubt it. I'll bring you on the show. We could talk about it. You might be looking sound crazy, but I'm not aware of any really felonies in California that shouldn't be, besides the one where they take your kids if you don't let them do transgender surgery or blockers and stuff. That's insane. But that's a story for another day. I don't care. I mean, what are you gonna do? Cancel me? I got like 17 subscribers. But yeah, so I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we'll get deeper dive into that. But that's just my thoughts. Some of my experience, some of my thoughts. It's deep and it's very political. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. If you disagree, let me know in the comments, and we'll talk about it. But yeah, so that's it for this episode. I'll see you next week.